what we're going to do is actually the same application. We have our case. So actually, like there, I told about some of the things. Actually, like if you want to add some child case within it, so within that, yeah, if you see in the time of, I want to add a child case, so I can add a child case within it. So if you say within the time of, actually like it's not need for this application, might be for some other purpose if you want to include any child case. So if you say actually want to make the sample as my child case for this one, so I can make an existing case or I can create a new child case as well. So some of the processing you want to take that as a sub case that we have discussed, right? Three things: single case, multi case, and case. So in this way we can create a top case or we can make it a child case. So in this case you can see the sample is become the child case for the that one, and in the sample we have created this alternate stage, so that we can call when as soon as time off is started, we can, there is some dependency there. Based on that, when we are starting our parent case, the child case can be started, or based on some condition we can start our child case. Okay, so this is actually one of the scenario, and there is Pega provided a lot of features that is usually called as gallery. So if you click it here and browse the gallery, so there are different features which are actually Pega provide. We can see from this case management gallery. Yeah. So if you can see, there are a lot of features. Whatever the different features available we are there, we can test it from here. So if you see, if you want to add a sub case, that's actually I just did it now. So if you want to click onto that, so you can see that this is the create sub case diagram, and you can invoke. If you want to open that, it will open the rule, corresponding rule as well. Okay, so this is actually, see that, like using this case, we can invoke a subcase from here. And like the same thing for notify. Actually, we want to notify someone. You can see that this is the notify thing. So it will start notification, and if it is cancel assignment, it will go to the cancel, and if it is for notification for complete, it will be going to be the complete one. So here all the flows are predefined. If you want to check that, we can check that out from here. And actually, if you see, there are a lot of local action I talked about. So there are some of the samples local action if you want to check like how change stage work. So we can see that. Okay, so this is the change stage one. So if you want to, within actually we are in multiple stages are there. If you want to change stage from one stage to another, from we want to go from primary stage to alternate stage, and from alternate stage to back to primary stage, we can use this local action for the same. So that this is actually like very good feature, and all the samples are already are there. We can see that out, and which all are using actually like which all this will open just the rule for the same, like the flow action, and where it was referenced. Although if you want to see that, that also we can see from here. 1 minute, let's see. From here. So if you see, the 14 rules are getting referenced by this one. So if you can see which all rules are getting using this one, so that we can refer that the same way as if like they are reference this change state step. So Pega provide actually, because Pega always say that go for reuse. So you can see this one actually like this rule change stage is used by which all rules are getting referenced, and what is the it is getting referred in within this change stage work. So that thing, so if you open any one of them, you can get to know how that they are using. So if you say actually I want to open the work sample, and I can open the rule from here. The same rule, I can check it out as well. So this is the rule actually which is open. This is actually like the flow action, which is we are calling, but you don't want to know more technical bit of it. Directly just you can use this one. So create scan document, create Word document. So there are a lot of features are there, and section are the UI part of it. So this if we just want to use directly, we can use this one. Okay, so these are the features of the case management galleries. So these are the sample examples which we have to display that. So this is for the screen flow. Yeah, actually I will tell about this one. So in Pega there are 4 type of flow which we are coming. That is we call this normal process flow, which is actually normal when we are creating our case that will be going to be created onto that. And because in Pega everything is all about work, so the flow which creates work object, that we call as starter flow. So from that flow only we can invoke any work object. All other flow which is not generating work like work object, that flow we say that um, normal process flow. Okay. Then there is one other flow is called as straight flow processing. So straight flow processing, the flow where we don't do any user action. There is no UI. Everything is automated. Okay, there is no UI, no user action. All the business rules are included, and finally, like based on the flow action, all will be done automatic. No need of any manual intervention, or no UI will be displayed. So it will be just like it is a black box. You get an input to it, and it will get you output from that. So that it will be called as straight through processing. And finally, that is another flow that is really called as screen flow. Okay, so screen flow is actually like is something that mainly we do by the in CRM solutions. Actually, where a customer representative actually need to fill up various forms, sequence of forms. So if we say he's doing he's getting information from the client, like for a candidate. So he will first get his personal detail, then he will get his work history, then education history, and if there is any gap in education, that he will take education gap. If there is a gap in work history, he will get the work gap history. Then he will take some of the more preference, actually what is his preference, if it's serving notice period, what is current package, and all the details will be captured in from him. So the person need to capture all the details in a sequence of the forms. So that we can design in a screen flow. Okay, so then Pega that actually given as a separate flow name that we call as screen flow. So there is a separate process to create screen flow, and when we are creating the case management, we cannot directly create the screen flow from there. The generation process is a little bit different from screen flow onto that. So I think that will require the help of SAs to do that.
Okay. Mukesh, like when we use this application, whether this is a CRM or BPM, like how do we know? I mean, is that two different modules kind of course, there are two different things. So how do we know, like, is both are covered in the same thing or?
No, actually, like, see, within your organization, you can create two different applications. One will be actually like going to be support the CRM part, and another is going to support the BPM solution. So that once actually you generated a work object or a task in a CRM, you can pass that task and all the details to a BPM application within that. So that it will like once it will like you get the details from the customer, you create a ticket or you request a support ticket is raised, and that ticket is assigned to a BPM team to analyze it further.
Okay, I mean, probably if you can give an example, how that works. I mean, so the tool is same thing, right? I mean, we are not going to
Yes.
install anything different. No,
No, no,
nothing
no,
different.
no. Yeah, that is no different from thing. Only thing is that like if you say okay, 1 minute. So if in, within that application, so if it is like we have given it a time of application, okay. I
Yeah.
want actually one more. Okay, here itself, I'm going for a one more application expense voucher. Okay, so I can create one more application here itself. No, from not here. Actually, I need to go back to the. I can create a class from directly like that will be inherit from that. So if you say the same class structure, I'm going to create a new class. So that will be reflected as a expense voucher separate application. So here it is like ABC sample one. They are actually different work types. So if you say ABC is for CRM part, which is handling the CRM, and then we have from that it's coming to the time of application. So BPM part of will be handled by a separate application within it. Um, I think we'll like okay. Um, I need some examples to display that one, but okay. I'll get back to that one, Manoj. Actually, like how that is happening, and actually I'll try to do some actually like mock-up so that actually I will to explain you in proper way.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the case management galleries actually which talked about. So this is we can add yeah, and this is also like very useful actually if you want to know about how that is getting implemented. So this will be helpful for both role actually like BAs want to see that or NSA want to see that they can check the same one. And there is similar things for user interface as well. So that is what we call as UI gallery. So UI galleries also plays the same thing. Actually, like what are the different buttons, screens, controls are there, and how they are configured. We can see from user UI gallery. So this will be helpful actually to prepare the mockups or the actual UI. And another good feature actually is the basically about the localization. So what do you mean by localization is that Pega provide a very good thing. So the same application which we are building up, we can convert that to any language. Like you say, you have developed in English, and for you want that the application should be displayed in a Japanese language or in Japan. So that will be automatically we can use this one from the localization. And if you want to like need to be Chinese, so that the same application we can create a separate rule set and all the rules getting converted and it will be stored in that localized one. So it take that preference of the local. So if you like to say from the we have three different places we can give the locals. So like if you say which time zone we are working. So from the time zone it picks that value from the local one. So mainly like we see the time zone, right? Which is like in Windows time setting. So from time zone, it picks that, okay, I'm working in from India, or so that is the region wise. Yeah, this is the time zone we are picking it up. So based on the time zone, it will pick the local, sorry, the regional language is also there. Yeah, sorry, this actually new feature in Windows. Yeah, so this is actually like you can see, I'm working onto the Indian language and which language I want. So based on that your computer language, it will actually change the Pega's version onto that as well. So that actually we called as localization. So that same application we were building, we can make that as in work in different languages based on their locals. So this is actually like another good feature of the Pega. And now if you can see this one is like how these business cards like different UI case, we can see that, and all the different components of the page. Also, if you see, if you want to check box, so how the different option we can go for checkbox. Also, we can see from here how different configuration we can have, formats, skins we have. So if you see, we want to select the multiple onto the same time. We want to go for left side checkbox, or we want to checkbox need to be onto the right side, and this is like the custom style, and so this is like different way we can incorporate the checkbox. So that's actually like it's given onto that everything. If you see the rules of that, it will show you that how it was configured into that. So here, like view design time configuration will give you the how this was implemented. This will be going to be little more technical, like how the sections are getting created. So we'll cover that into the UI modeling. Like there are some of the basic things which you should know about what actually this all about. So this is the Pega section looks like. So we'll talk that about a little bit on our UI modeling part of it. So this for UI gallery, I talked about that one. Okay, so this is the different way. What are the different way we can see different UIs, and then we can see from here.
You came to this UI from, okay, the Designer Studio? Is that from where
From the Designer Studio, user interface,
okay.
UI gallery.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So this is actually like they have given a lot of different features. So this is actually like the samples. Whatever the samples we can do that, it will come from that. So if you see like how this form is created, so if you say product info, how this complete page is created, we can see that out. How to use actually, if you say we want to use some layouts. So if you say I want to see how this layouts is inline dynamic layout is created. So you can see that this is an example for the inline dynamic layout, first name, last name, address. So basically will show you that. So if you want to see another type of dynamic layout, so if we say stag means one line at a time. So basically we can see that change to one line at a time, and grid will see into the grid view of it the same. So this is the inline grid view onto that. So this is the we can check that which type of layout we want for to display that. While mockups also we can use the format to display that out. So this is the UI gallery. So that will be useful when we want to use which type of layout for our part of it. So like normal dynamic layout. So this is like the form of dynamic layout. So it's contain many different type of format. Okay. So this is actually we have UI galleries. Okay, this is fine. Okay.
So you had all that tabs on the top from, you just closed all of them, right? Like.
Yes, that's right. Just I closed that. Yes.
Okay. Each time you open from Designer Studio, it opens a tab. Okay.
Yes, that's actually yeah. That I told, right? Actually, like everything actually, what are the works which we are opening? It will be going to open in a separate tab, and at max you can have a 16 tabs here, and what are the tabs is getting open you can see from the ad here. And if you want to close everything, I can close all that once.
Okay.
Yeah. So now actually like, I want to show you one more actually like, yesterday we saw only one example of that. Okay, so today if you see one board actually if you see that the approval one, so we want that if you can see read onto the first one, So we discussion with the HR team and the DSHO, which says that HR manager and we need an VP approval as well for some type of leaves. Okay, so that actually like currently we manage that in a single approval shape. So that actually we are going to change that. Do we need more approval or not to that? So the diagram we are going to make the changes in this way. So first it is going for a HR manager approval, and if manager is getting approved, then it is going to check that do we need one more approval, like we need an VP approval for the leave as well. So if it is no, it is going to be approved. Okay, so that's the change we are going to do it, and just actually how to make these changes, I'll just show you that out. So that actually yesterday we did it for type of leave. So this is like we need if multiple level of approvals, we can use the change step process and we can go for this one. So that's actually I'm just going to show you that out. So for that we need to open the process. Okay, so if you can see, this is actually okay, this is actually like one manager approval is a sub process. Oh, okay, that scenario we need to so okay, so this information we have done. So if you have to make the changes, okay, this will be a little tricky now because okay, and so here what we're going to do is actually we need to go to user decision shape. No, sorry, I need to use this shape. The status should be come from this one to this one. And from decision, I need one more smart shape for approval. And from here, actually just need one more to and I need this one as VP approval. Open browser. So there is a one need for approve manager, and if it is approved, we can see okay pending VP approved, and if it is rejected, we want that page to go to the change state, and we want to go to the reject request. So that's actually we can achieve from that now. So from here, actually in the decision shape, we can say that is VP approval required. Okay, so in this way, you can see that sorry, this diagram was that is not required. Okay, so in this way, now you can see that we have an approval shape. If it is rejected, it will go to the directly. It will not show as the same diagram because we are using the smart shape. So that is actually taken care by the save itself. Within that we are configuring the reject and approve. So if it is approved, it will going to continue here. And there actually we are checking that if PV approval is required. If it is, then we are going to that. If it is no, actually we are directly going to end that one. So this way we are changing that if it requires multiple level of approval. So how we can do that? I'm going to tell you about when we're discussing about automated business policy. So where the different logic conditions are there, we can see that out. How to put enable this decisions part of it. Okay. So the same way we can go for NHR approval as well.
When you say enable, Mukesh, that means it's creating code behind it?
No, actually, there are some of the rules which need to be built up. Actually, if you see, okay, will I show you that? If you see, actually, like if you see here, if you'll click onto that, it's looking for different type of rules within it. Decision table, decision tree, for map value. Okay, Boolean express is like you want just yes, no. So
Okay.
there are different rules we need to create behind of the to enable this decision save. So there we are going to create one rule, like we say we want to create decision table rule. Okay, there we are going to based on some condition. Okay, so if the leaf type is we say V-Revment leaf, so we don't want VP approval. Okay, so that we can see that if leaf type is V-Revment, it will check the decision table and then it will return no, and based on that return result no, we are going to go like we'll skip that VP approval and it will go directly end that one. That's particularly process flow.
Okay. So basically that's kind of a coding, right? Like this checking for a Boolean. And
that's right. Yes, that's actually a little bit coding, but that is written in text only. No, it's like specific language specific. We can do it in a tabular formula. Tabular things you can do it. So that's the thing actually like mainly done by business architect. Like business architect can do that as well. And for Pega, actually like Pega's best practice says that all that rules which we are creating, the decision tables, decision tree, map values, should be delegated to the business people. So they will better know actually how the business works. So they can enable it in a better way.
okay.
So this is actually like yeah.
Yeah, but I'm surprised like how it works. I mean, because you're saying like it has a screen which when you push a button it does that, right? It approves it.
Yes, that's right.
So that means it has, maybe even if it is just a basic coding, some script or something behind it. I mean, Pega may be creating it behind the scene, doing the favor for us, but is it creating a script behind the scene or something?
Yes, yes, it's creating all the Java codes behind it.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah, actually because we are doing in words, and then that words are getting converted into Java code behind of the scene.
Okay, so even this one, when you're doing that for this flowchart right here, is when you get it activated, it's actually creating a Java code.
That's right. Everything actually like it's getting created a Java code for the same.
Okay.
Actually, like it's a combination of Java, HTML, CSS3, Ajax, JavaScript. Everything was included to develop the Pega. And actually, when we do that, everything is generated automatically. And if you see from here, if I'm going to open a rule, okay, I think in this rule you will not see that. So if you see I'm opening any particular rule, okay, so from that timeout, so we have created some rules. In the flow, can you see that? Yeah. Yeah. So if you can see this in the accent tab of any rule, okay, in the flow, you can see the Java of it. If you click onto the view Java, you can see the completely Java which is getting written for this part.
Okay.
So everything is like is automated. So it will show you what are the codes was getting generated. might be actually like some of the rules are not there. So that's still like the decision table which I'm giving is not there. So that's still a draft on which I told you, right? That's why it's giving the problem for that one. Otherwise, you can see the complete Java code for the like this flow only, it's getting generated. So that is like not required. Yeah, it's 4,000 line of code. It's automatically generated by the Pega behind the scene.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
4,000 line.
yes. Because actually it's using a lot of features within it. So the various codes are actually like maybe it's like regenerated it again and to provide the features. And if you want to see the XML, so it will give you that XML just the name of the rule, some of the basic features of this rule, which is getting saved about the rule features that is getting saved in XML format.
Yeah.
So this is the rule name, actually which is the database. This is the complete name of the rule for the key to get enabled. So that contain the type of the rule, then which class that actually told, right? 4 IDs we have, the type, the applies to class, the name, and the timestamp with it. So that's the key which is getting stored into the database for the same.
Okay.
And if you want to see that, like where exactly you are using all this rule, so that actually we have view reference. For any rule, you want to see that, okay, this rule is used somewhere else or not, so that we can see from view references. So from here, if you see, this is getting used in the case type. So that actually we can get the reference of the rule, actually where exactly your rule is getting used. So this is a very useful feature to know where you're using and what are the different rules is getting referenced. So we are using an approval, we are using a class, all the field values we are using, so that all the things it will be what are the things we are referenced in this rule. Also we can get it from the view references. And what do you mean by sibling? Sibling is like a brother. Actually, the same name in a different rule set.
Okay.
Or in a different application. So that will be called that siblings. Okay. And if you want to see the multiple version of the same, you can see from this one, view versions. So the multiple versions can be displayed here. So if you say class saved in, like I made the log and I moved to the next version, I want to make some changes into the same flow. So I move the copy to 010102 in the rule set. So if you want to see that, what are the different versions available, I can see from the view versions.
Okay. This version numbers, which I was a little confused, like 0101. Okay, okay. Maybe I need to look at the notes.
Yeah, actually, like in the second class, I talked about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So there is major, minor, and patch. So mainly when we are developing like the application, on that time actually we just increase the patch version. Like we go for 01, 01, 02, and then we lock it. After lock, you cannot make any rules within the make changes onto that. And it will go to the higher version, and after that if you have to make changes, we create one more patch version like 010102, and we make the copy of the same version in that one, and we make the changes in that one. So there is actually Pega provided a feature is called as rule resolution algorithm. There is a Pega patented algorithm, so it looks for various things to find out which rule I should run for this time, because the same there are different version of the rule, there are different rule sets, different class. So which rule I should run? So Pega provided uh, rule resolution algorithm to do that.
Okay.
So that is like more technical bit of it. So I did not cover that part. Okay. So this is like the thing which different things are there with related to Pega which can be useful if you start working on to Pega. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll stop now today and then we'll continue tomorrow on today. Not tomorrow. Actually, I think tomorrow we are not wanted, right? So we'll meet on Monday in that scenario.
No, I think we were planning like Monday Tuesday and then Wednesday.
I guess so. We can have.
Oh, tomorrow we can have, right?
Yeah, I think what the plan was like, you only suggested that, Mukesh, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, and Thursday, Friday.
Sorry. Actually, I got that. Okay, this is your Friday only. Like for me, it's Saturdays. That's actually I was okay. Fine. Okay, fine. I got now. So there was a confusion. Okay. For me,
Okay,
basically, yeah, it will be Saturday for me tomorrow. So that's why actually I told that. Okay, fine. We can have tomorrow. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, no problem.
Okay. So we can meet tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to see about data modeling.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
And Mukesh, one more thing, like I know you sent, Ashok sent that initial 2-3 days of.
Yeah. I'm going to send PPTs. Yeah, I'm going to send this more PPTs which we have.
Yeah, I think I got the recordings, but like have you or Ashok sent, because I don't know whether I got it or not. I mean, if you send it.
No, Ashok. No, Manoj, actually it was not sent. I'll send it everything today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
I
send
mean,
the
the initial 2-3 days we got it.
Okay, Manoj. We'll meet tomorrow again. Okay, thank you. Sonam, Ashok will send out the videos to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good day. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Same to you. Bye-bye.